This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, my today's agenda is to cover the project business process. First, we'll understand uh, how exactly the project flow is available in any kind of business. Okay, so let's say if you are going to understand the investment management and the project system together, how it is aligned, how it is going to be integrated. So I have one example. Okay, so we will follow the same to perform the transactions in the system also. But before performing the transaction, let us understand the need, why we need to go in the same way, and what is the exactly the requirement to be implemented in the system. And then we'll understand the concept of investment program. We will create one investment program in the system, and then you will see the further transactions. So let us understand first the investment program. What is this investment program? Okay, what happen generally in the organizations for upcoming years? Okay, let's say they are having 5 years plan or 10 years plan as per their organization strategy. In that case, they need to prepare all the requirement need. Okay, so I have one example here. Yeah. Okay, so let's say this ABB Limited is a company. Okay, and they want to analyze their requirement for upcoming 5 years. Okay, and in this ABB Limited, they are having different divisions. Okay, there is one infrastructure project division, another is a robotics division, and then transformer division. Infrastructure division, their job, their process is to deliver the infrastructure projects for their client, for their customers. Okay, and the robotics division, they are working on the R&D projects. Okay, so here we can focus on the cost project. And third is the transformer division. Here, based on the customer's requirement, they are manufacturing the transformers. Okay, so here we can understand MTU scenario, make to order. So here, with reference to this, these different division, we will see in the system how we can implement and how we can collect the requirement for a particular project type. Okay, so here we are going to focus on investment project first. Okay, then we'll see how we can manage the cost project or customer project in later stage. Okay, so here is the ABB Limited, and in ABB Limited they are having a program for 2022, and their management is saying to all division that you submit your requirement for upcoming 5 years. For example, if you think that within 5 years we should have some new plant, or we should have some new R&D plant, or we should initiate some R&D on some particular topic. So whatever you are having, you whatever the strategy, whatever the idea you are having in your mind, or as per your need, according to that, if you want to submit any requirement, you submit it before 2022 January, so that same will be approved before 2022. Okay, so this is the requirement, and the same communication sent to all divisions head. Okay, infrastructure project division head, robotics division head, and transformer division head. Okay, so what they will do individually, these people, these department will submit their requirement. Okay, so let's say this transformer division is analyzing their upcoming requirement in the market. By considering that, they are saying in coming years we should have some new plant to manufacture, to increase our production. Okay, or as per the requirement in the market of our product, we should enhance, we should modify the existing plant. Okay, so the requirement is to check plant modification or new plant construction. Here, when the divisional head, when the division head, this transformer division head is submitting the requirement, he's not saying that we just want to go for plant modification or new plant construction. What he's saying here, just need to increase the efficiency, need to increase the production. According to that, we need to modify the plant or we need to construct the new plant. So it means we need to analyze in which way we want to go, whether we want to go for the new plant modification or new plant construction. Okay, this is as per requirement. One second. So what he's doing, what this division head is doing, he's submitting this requirement, plant modification, new plant construction request. Okay, and one more request, they are submitting maintenance request for plant P001. So there is one plant P001 on a particular location, and the division head is submitting this requirement that we need some budget, or we need to perform some special maintenance activity for this plant, and we need to consider this activity also. Okay, so from transformer division, there are two requirements have been submitted. One is plant modification, new plant construction request, and another is a plant maintenance request for plant P001. Similarly, from the robotics division also, a new plant construction request has been submitted by considering the market environment. Okay, so what exactly they are doing when they are submitting the requirement? Okay, within the division it is going for approvals. Let's say when I'm saying plant modification, new plant construction request, once it will be submitted, it will go for multiple phases. Okay, it will go for the multiple stages for approval or analysis. Okay, so once it is created, once it is submitted, so it means it is a new request stage. We can consider it. Let's say within the transformer division itself, we are having different department. Okay, let's say we are having one strategic department, we are having one technical department, or electrical department, mechanical department, then we are having financial department. Okay, and then finally we are having project department. So before submitting it to my higher management, we need to take the concern, we need to take the approval from the different department within the divisions. Okay, so when we are submitting, it's a new request. Let's say it is analyzed by technical or requested department, then it will go for the next stage of technical feasibility. Once it is done, then this is okay, this is feasible. Okay, or we are analyzing here, if we are going for plant modification, we will not be able to achieve what exactly we should achieve. Okay, we need it. Okay, so in that case, better to go for new plant construction. So here in technical feasibility, we are finalizing it that we want to go for new plant construction, not for plant modification. So once it is done, then it will go for the financial feasibility. Here, the finance department or any particular department will analyze this requirement and will finalize this much is a budget we need to request for it. Okay. Once we are saying this much of budget, it means I have just taken one example of 100,000 USD. I'm saying that we need to invest here. Okay, 100,000. When we are submitting 100,000, we are calculating NPV, net present value, ROI, return on investment, payback period, how much time it will take to get back our investment. And by considering all these factors, we are proposing 100,000 USD as a plan budget or plan cost. Okay. Similarly, for the maintenance request for plant P00, we have submitted 200,000 USD. Okay. Then that combined total budget is considered here 3,000 USD. Why? Because whatever the request you are going to submit, it will be accumulated, it will be totaled up here. Okay, so here total budget individually for the division is going to be add here. Second, please. Yeah, so individual this divisional budget is going to be totaled up at next level, next higher level. Okay, so here you have added whatever the budget you are approving here, whatever the budget you are planning here, 100,000 and 200,000, that will be added here, and next level, and 300,000. Similarly, 200,000 we have submitted as a new plant construction here, new request, and then same will be available here in the robotics division level. It's a 200,000. Similarly, 500. This is a 5 million. So 5 million, and then total at program level it will show here 5.5 million. Okay, this is a total budget it is showing here. So what we are doing, individual request has to be approved at division level, and then it will go to the next level for final budget approval. And here the higher management will analyze the requirement and will say it is okay, this is the requirement really required. Okay, this has to be executed, but as of now we don't have this much of budget. or we can't approve this much of budget. You have to manage in a particular amount, let's say 5 million or 4.5 million. Okay, or they just want to cut, let's say 10% of total amount which you are proposing there. So higher management will approve that amount, okay, and then it will be distributed further. So it means 300,000 you have submitted as a proposal and they are approving only, let's say 200,000. Okay, then further the divisional head can distribute this amount to next level. So whatever the objects we are using here to manage our request, we used to call it as a measures. Okay, here in system, in investment management module, we are having one object called appropriation request, by which we are going to manage this request. Okay, and here if you see whatever is showing here, this first level, the top level is my program. So I'm saying here ABB limited program for 2022, and individual division I have considered as a position. Okay, this is up to you. This is as per the organization requirement, that how you need to structurize it, how you need to create a program structure. So here this is a program definition, and within that we have created positions. Okay, and this combinedly we used to call it as a program structure. Program structure. Along with that portfolios, along with that program definition and positions. Okay, so here these we have considered positions, and this is my program. Okay, and this appropriation request I am considering for new request, whatever this request we are going to submit. So here the appropriation request is my measure. Once it is approved, here in the financial feasibility we have approved, we are getting the budget, and then finally to execute this request we can integrate with project system project or internal order. We are having choice here. So here we are going to manage through project system. Okay, so once it is approved, then in the execution and handover stage we can replicate, we can transfer to project into project system. So here this portion comes within a investment management. This portion comes within investment management, and when we are executing this project, when we are executing this requirement, this request, okay, so this is the investment. So when we are in the process of execution, whatever the accumulated values or accumulated object of execution we are getting in the system, we used to call it as a EUC, asset under construction, and this is the asset under construction is going to be created based on investment profile. You will understand it how we are going to manage it. So here we are requesting the budget which is going bottom up, and then budget is going to be distributed top to down. So this is the one approach where we are submitting the request and then we are totaling up the budget or requirement, and then we are keeping at a higher level, then we are going to distribute it. This is the one approach. Or second approach, we can like higher management itself, they can decide how much budget they want to distribute in a particular division. So let's say they are saying for upcoming 5 years we just want to distribute 5 million for infrastructure project division, 200,000 for robotics division, and transformer division they want to distribute only 300,000. Further the divisional head has to manage to distribute it to further request level. Okay, so that is another approach. So I hope this business process is clear here. The first object which we are going to understand is here program definition. So ABB limited program for 2022, this is my program definition, and here my master data is program definition and program structure. I can say program structure, which is having the program definition and positions. So we have to create this master data first. Okay, any question here please? Yeah, I can hear you. Admin, who's this? May I know your name, please? Sorry?
Admin here is
Digamba.
Niranjan.
Niranjan, okay.
So what is an appropriation request?
So appropriation request is an object which is being used to manage any request in investment management. I'll show you in the system, then it will be clear. Okay, so first of all, our main motive to prepare this master data, which is my program definition and position. So this is your SAP screen. Okay, here you will see SAP menu and user menu because it's IDES system. So here we don't have user menu. User menu basically it is based on the assignment, the assigning of the role to your user ID. So you will get all user all transactions listed here in the user menu, and it is a SAP menu. SAP menu will always be same. So here you go to SAP menu, go to accounting, and within accounting you will see here investment management. In investment management, we are having appropriation request, program, internal orders, investment project, and asset. These are the 5 folders. Okay, so in individual folders, we need to go here for investment projects and here for program. So click here in the program and go to master data, go to investment program structure. Okay, so here you will see investment program definition, investment program position, and investment program structure. So here, first of all, we need to create definition, then only we can create a position. Okay, because without definition, we cannot create a position. So first we will create a definition here. So first I'll show you available definition, then I'll create. Okay, so here you will see 3 different T code. One is to create, another is for change, and IM03 is for display. So IM01, IM02, IM03. Let me see existing. Go to IM02 and investment program. Let me see available program. Okay, this one. Program type is N100. Okay. So here, this is an investment program, this one, and this is the year for which we are creating. So here it is being considered as the approval year, 2002. So this is the approval year. This is the description. If you want to enter some more detailed description, you can enter here. And this is a program type, which is the profile, which is controlling all the different fields, different process steps here, the business transaction. And if you want to distribute budget annually, then this option has to be selected. Okay, if you want to lock the assignment to this program definition, then you can select it. Okay, this is a person responsible who's managing it. Okay, so we can consider he's the let's say if this program is for construction or ABB limited, so in that case director can be considered here as a person responsible because it's in a definition level. So we can procedure to send some workflow or any mail based on this person responsible assignment here. This is a fiscal year variant. This is coming from FI. So how you are going to manage your financials, whether it is a quarterly, or let's say your financial year is from Jan to December or April to March. So it has to be configured in finance. Then you just need to select it here. Currency, here we are selecting the currency.
Rama, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the assignment lock does?
You cannot assign any object to this program definition. So no need to delete it. You can directly lock your object.
So even if that lock is available, the person responsible can assign budget to any projects?
Budget is a separate thing. Here, assignment lock means object we cannot assign. New positions and all. And if you want to create here long description, you select it here. Okay, and okay. See, actually, this is SAP edit. 1 second.
Hi Ram, Tushar here. In simple terms, can we conclude that if this assignment lock tick is there, then we cannot add program positions to this program definition?
Correct. That is the only check.
Yeah, so got it.
Second, please. So let us create one program here. We will see. Then go to accounting, go to investment management, go to program, master data, investment program definition, go to create. So I'm saying here ABB test for year 2022. Program type, I'll select the existing one, that is an NLM, investment program type. Let me check here which program type we were using there. IM02. Okay, N100. I'll take N100 only. So existing I'm selecting now, but we'll see the configuration also. We'll create our own investment program type here. That is the profile. Okay, so here I'm my investment program is ABB underscore test. Approval year is 2022. Program type N100. Okay, you can copy from the existing program also. Press enter, and here I'm saying ABB Limited program for 2022. Okay, and here person responsible I'm selecting Fisher Andrews, and fiscal year variant is K4, and currency is USD, and then save. So we have created program definition. Okay, here after program definition we need to create a top position. Okay, that is a here second investment program position. Create top position. So we have to create a top position. What is that top position? Basically, just after program definition, we need to create one more position just after that, and then all the position further level positions will be created under that one, that position. So here now we are going to create a top position. You click on IM11. Okay, and here investment program is ABB underscore test. It is being selected automatically because just now we have processed it, and we are going to create the same position. We are keeping the same code ABB underscore test for first level position, so that understanding will be clear. We will consider it's like a root. Okay, approval here 2022. Press enter. Okay, so let us understand this one. This is my investment program. Here you can see the description. This is a position ABB test. Okay, and I'm keeping the same description for that. Okay, so it is up to you, but as a practice we used to keep it as the same. You can have a separate description also. And here controlling area. So this is one organization object, organization structure, which is a part of controlling CO, and you need to consider within which controlling area it is going to be considered here. So let me see for existing so that we can follow the same. Go to the accounting, investment management, program, master data, investment program definition, position, change display. I'll see the display. Second, please. Let me select it. I just want to see some data, okay, because otherwise we'll stuck in next level. Okay, so here organization unit, is 2000. Okay, so I'll consider 2000 here. Controlling area is 2000. Okay, you can enter profit center here, cost center, company code, business area, balance sheet item, currency. Okay, plant. All these things you can enter. But this controlling area is mandatory. Other fields are optional. And here in the general data tab, investment reason, what is the reason of this investment, you can select. So these values you can maintain in the system: replacement, rationalization, enhancement, environmental protection, capital, project improvement, project. So I'm considering this is for improvement or capital I'm considering here. What is the priority of this? I'm saying here it's urgent. Scale, you can define the scales in the system. Let's say when you are going to prepare this program, okay, and what is the range of your investment? So investment up to 100,000, 2 million, or more than 2 million. So I'm keeping it as a more than 2 million. Based on the scale, we can have arrangement to trigger a mail to different responsible person. Okay, that is a customized solution. We don't have any standard way, but sometimes we can use it for that purpose also. Role in hierarchy, that is fine. Person responsible for this position, we can select it here. Valid from and valid to. So from which year to which year it is going to be valid? From 2022 to 2026. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So you can enter here 2022, 2026. This is the validity. And here budget distribution, this is coming from program, because we have selected budget distribution overall there. Here organization unit, then this is a dependent simulation data, asset class and capitalized date if you want to enter, but as of now this is a first level position only. So it's okay, we can keep it empty. User field, whatever, let's say if you want to have some additional field which are not available here in the standard SAP, you can create your own user field. So these fields are available in the standard system, but you can change the description, like how it is changed here as a consultant. Okay, total budget, start date. So we'll see how we can manage it in the configuration. Here assignment, you can assign order, WBS element, and appropriation request. These are the measures available in the system: orders, WBS element, and appropriation request. So further to this same investment positions, which if you want to assign any order or WBS element or appropriation request, you need to select it here and then click here. So once you are selecting, based on that you will get an option to assign that object. Allowed measure, you can restrict which measures you want to assign it to, or this position. Okay, WBS element, appropriation request, I just want to assign only appropriation request, for example. So here if I have selected this one in assignment, I'll get only appropriation request. Okay, so these settings has to be done by authorized person, higher manager.
Ram, sorry to come in between. I have one question actually.
Yeah.
So Ram, if we select assignment, okay, and in assignment, let's say if we have selected WBS only, the first button assignments, okay,
Yeah.
and let's say we have not selected appropriation request. So does it mean that going forward there won't be any appropriation request and directly we are going for WBS and project execution and all?
Correct.
Just like that.
Correct. You are right.
So there won't be any approval in the form of appropriation request.
Yes. So in some of project, they don't want to go for a scenario of submission of new request. They, like if you are going in the top to down approach, already the management is formed. They have decided that this division will have this much of amount. So in that case, we are not submitting any request. The budget has to be distributed from top to down. So in that case, directly we can distribute the amount to project level. In that case, no need of appropriation request.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here is the system and user status. In SAP, we are having two types of status. One is the system status, another is the user status. System status are those status which will be triggered, which will be triggered after some business transactions. If you are doing any transaction, based on that, these will be available in that object. Like when you are creating any object, sometimes it will show you CRTE or CRTD. This is a created. Once you are releasing it, it will become an REL. So here it is a system defined already. It is available in SAP standard SAP. And another we are having user status. These user status we can define as per our business requirement. Okay, like how I am going to manage my appropriation request here based on status, user status, new request, technical feasibility, financial feasibility, and execution handover. These all 4 stages I am going to consider as a user status. So in a particular stage or status, user status, I can manage, I can control my business transaction. For example, when I'm creating appropriation request, so I will be here in the new request status. For example, just consider it. And I don't want to have any option to, let's say, plan the financial values in this appropriation request. So I can restrict this business transaction in the system based on user status. So we'll see this in detail how it is working. So here we will see, yeah, this is user status. So here if you see in general data, you will see CRTD. This is my system status. We don't have any user status in this position. So this position is created, top level position is created. Now we need to create a next level of position. So how we can create a next level of position? You come back here, go to investment program structure, go to transaction IM22. Okay, double click here, enter investment program, enter a first level of position, approval year. So here I'm selecting investment program ABB. Okay. And here position is also the same, press enter. Okay, so here it will show you like this. So this is my first level of position, ABB test, ABB program for 2022. Okay, so how we can create a next level of position? You just click here, go to create. Okay, now we can create all the position in one shot. If you see here, we are having 3 different positions: infrastructure project division, robotics division, and transformer division. So let me keep it like this: ABB infra. So this is the code. This is the position ID. For this position ID, we can define some coding mask. Coding mask means the logic. Based on that, we can have this position ID here. Okay, or we can keep it open. So whatever we are writing here, that will be considered as a code. So I'm keeping it open. Position ID I'm saying here ABB underscore infra, or just you say infrastructure. Infrastructure theory. Okay, here I'm saying infrastructure division. And next I'm saying here robotics division. Robotics. Okay, and the third I'm saying here transformer. Okay, here we can check. So everything is fine. Now copy. So these positions have been created here. You save it. Okay, again, if you want to add some more next level of positions, you just click here and go to create. So let's say within infrastructure you want to create some 33 kV substation, 133 kV substation. Likewise, if you want to again bifurcate, or within robotics you want to say IoT department or IoT division, so accordingly you can create a next level of position. I'm keeping this program structure till 2 level only. This is my first level position, and this is second level position. You can click here on the position, and whatever you have entered here in the first level, same thing have been copied to next level of positions. So if you see in the infrastructure robotics transformer, you will see the same data. Investment reason is the same, priority scale, everything is same, valid from and to is the same, organization unit is same, but in this level you can change it as per your requirement. Let's say if you are saying that infrastructure is not capital project, here you want to say it's a replacement or rationalization projects you want to consider, here you change it. Budget distribution overall, if you want to remove it, you remove it. Okay, organization unit, you can change profit center and cost center, because cost center anyway it will be different, because division is different, so in that case cost center will be different. So let me keep some cost center here to just show you. Randomly I'm keeping it. Okay, finance department. 1 second, let me see some relevant data. Controlling area 2000. Sale. Okay, I'm just keeping this one. Sale. Okay, and here in assignment you can change it particularly for position wise also. Let's say just you want to have here allowed measure only WBS element and appropriation request. You remove this order option and save it. Okay, so this is the way of creating the program definition, and then first level position and then next level of position. So here is the way how we can create a program structure. Okay, so any question here? Any elaboration you need for anything?
What is the position actually in PS?
Okay, I'm coming for the position now. That is the next. Okay, so now my structure is ready. Okay, let's say before 2022, I am having this master data, this position, and everything is ready now. And we as a management is asking to all division heads that you need to submit your request. Okay, you need to submit your requirement, whatever you think in upcoming 5 years. Okay, so you can submit your requirement. So how you will submit this requirement? Okay, so there is a way, there is one object available in the SAP which we are calling as a appropriation request. So if we are going to understand typically what is appropriation request here, okay, an appropriation request is an idea or wish for carrying out a measure. So appropriation request is an idea or as an initiative, or it is a request which has to be individually assessed and approved by one or more positions within a company, primarily because of the high cost involved. So whenever we are going for any investment, it has to be assessed by the management. So this is the same thing we are doing here. In my example, plant modification and new plant construction request, this is a huge investment. Okay, so before going for execution, it has to be analyzed. Okay, so for this purpose, we are using appropriation request in the system. Here we are having some more point here. Measures are not strictly limited to capital spending. They can also represent projects that involve primarily expenses. Usually there is a relatively long time period between the initial application and fleshing out the appropriation request and its a final approval or rejection. So it used to happen almost like 1 year before. Let's say if you are planning for 2022, it used to be started in April 2021 or May. So then it will go for the various round of assessment, and then it will go for the approval. Okay. Appropriation request can be created for a wish list. So it can be a wish list also. Some of organizations, they used to they use appropriation request object as a submitting of a new wish list. Let's say if you want to have some different system in your department, okay, you can create an appropriation request. Okay, and then it will go for approval to your management, and then once it is approved, then it will be installed. So it is a kind of wish list also. An investment measure can be created automatically from an appropriation request. So we are having a procedure, we are having a provision to create investment measures, means your internal order or PS project automatically based on the approval of appropriation request. Appropriation request is not a account assignment object, means we cannot post any cost directly into appropriation request. So to execute this idea, we have to move into PS PS project or internal order to capture my cost. So that is the major thing here. Next thing here, so just see this here, investment program. We have created investment program, positions have been created, okay, and then appropriation request. You need to submit any request, idea or initiative. Let's say you are the company. I'm taking example of ABB Limited only. This ABB Limited, they are planning to implement SAP in their organization, right? So this is one request. This is one initiative, right? So in that case, first it has to be submitted by someone from the IT department or strategic department, and then it will go for multiple levels of assessment. Once it is approved, then it will go for project. So this approach we generally consider in appropriation request. So here in this example, appropriation request is created with plan value, with person responsible, organization unit. We are managing it through status, and then it is approved. Once it is approved, then we are going to execute it. Okay.
My question was, what is the position?
What is the
Position.
Position? Basically, it is a structural object, okay, which is providing a provision to structure your investment. Okay, it doesn't mean like every time you need to go to consider a division as a position. You can say in another example, let's say in upcoming year, I just want to plan my budget based on the capex and opex. Okay, so take one example. Let's say this is your capital, capex and opex. So whatever the capital project will be there, it has to be considered here in the capex. Let's say if you are going for new plant construction. Okay, and let's say if you are saying opex, some operational amount you need to operate your, some amount you need to operate your plant, okay, or to do some maintenance. So here it is your operational budget. So it is providing you to structurize your budget requirement. Okay. Is it clear?
Actually, what you mean is that it's a structural element, like a
Your voice is breaking. It's not clear.
Is it a structural element like a portfolio or a program or a project?
Program, portfolio, see, it is similar to that, but not exact. You are saying when we are going in PPM side in program, when we are creating portfolio, within portfolio we are having portfolio structure. So it means you are saying the program, the portfolio, within portfolio we are having program. So one we can consider as a program. Yes, you can consider as a program also. You are correct. So portfolio is your definition level, and within that you are having different program, and within that program you are having multiple project to be executed. That also you can consider. You're correct.
So these are all positions.
Yeah, positions are the program. You can say positions are the program in this example.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So I'll explain these slides, but let me show you here in the system how you can create a position. Okay. Sorry, not position, appropriation request. So here. Okay, and parallel we will understand the configuration also. But as of now, to understand the next step, I'm explaining how you can create an appropriation request. But as per my way of explaining, we should go with the configuration. In upcoming session, I will explain the configuration required for program type and what is the limitations, or what is the restrictions we can have based on all the configuration. I'll explain. So appropriation request, to manage appropriation request, you go to here appropriation request and go to edit appropriation request. Here is the T code IMA11. Okay, so go to IMA11. You will see available appropriation request here. You can create appropriation request from here. Okay, whatever the request you have processed, these will be available here. Okay, so let me create one appropriation request. Here appropriation request type, you need to select this. So this is the profile which has to be created in configuration. So as per your business process requirement, you can create a different appropriation request type. Okay. So here in this system, NLM project as investment measure initial number, NLM 7 project as investment measure initial number. I'm selecting this N3. Let me try, because I need to test the system also whether it is accepting this or not. So here appropriation request, we can have a provision to generate the number automatically from the system. But as of now in this system, we are entering the appropriation request number externally. If you go here, let me enter some values. 1 second, let me see some prerequisites here. Okay, E200, I'm keeping E200. So here my appropriation request is this one. This one, plant addition or new plant construction. So this is my description. Okay, and reason of investment, we can maintain a list in the system, and same we can select environment, investment scale, priority, approval year. I'm saying 2022. Planned approval, on which date we are considering this approval. Let's say it has to be approved on 30th of June. Implementation start. Okay, we can enter this date. Country of investment, country for investment, trading partner, if any trading partner is there, you can enter it here. And then here we need to enter the approvals here. Structure indicator E2 for appropriation request is not allowed. Please correct. Okay, let me see it here. What exactly we are having in the system. 1 second. Sorry. 1 second, please. New selection, appropriation request. Okay, let me see this appropriation request. I am keeping organization unit. Okay, so I need to select N3, and here this one. Okay, so I am going to create N3, and I'll select here I. So I'm entering it manually. Okay, and then structure indicator. One second, just wait for me, please. One second. Okay. So what I did, appropriation request, I have entered 5,000. Okay, and name is this one. And here we can enter the applicant, who is the person responsible, who is the approver. Okay, so here it is integrated with HR. So here we can select. We can select. Okay. Here. So as of now, for this, I'm selecting the same. You can select a different also. It is depends. Organization unit we are creating is for requesting company code 3000. Let me see if we are able to. We are requesting company code is 3000. It's okay. Okay, and requesting cost center, requesting business. Okay, okay, that is correct. Now go to measures assets. So here we need to link with your investment program, right? Because you are creating within this investment program, right? This is your investment program, and this appropriation request has to be assigned to this position, transformer division. So what we can do here, you come, go to investment program, okay, and let's say this is a ABB limited. You select it, okay, and select position ID. You go here and you see the structure. You click here, it will show you the structure. So here we are going to create under transformer. Select it here and press enter. Okay, so it means it is created within this appropriation request, within this position. Okay. So this is the appropriation request which we have created, and here we can see it. You just click here to see it again here in your detail screen. You click on change, okay, then you can process further. So in next session I'll explain it in detail, all the steps, and along with required configuration for program definition and program position. Okay, and slowly we will increase some session time also. Okay, so any question please? Yeah, I'm stopping.